Yeah, I mean, we just spoke to the boys about the start. Is it too much? Are we doing too much? I don't, there's no, recipe for that without looking at the tape. But early on, I think we're 2 goals apiece or 1 goal to 2, and it was a bit of an arm wrestle. Then the floodgates open. But yeah, I mean, to score 6-6, to 2-6 in the second and third quarter to 3-4 to 16-10, and the last quarter, I mean. I hate saying, hopefully this doesn't go public with the boys, of course, being, the younger bodies, they can't probably sustain that, but they sustained it through that second and third quarter, which was good, and probably trying to catch up to Adelaide's start. We had sort of nothing to give in the end, so you can excuse that, but yeah, certainly the first quarter was disappointing given, with the breeze and all those sorts of things, and even just the very start of the game. But yeah, we got whacked. I think we won 1 hit out, and the clearances we got walloped, so that doesn't help, that's for sure.
Who was playing on Scott Thompson?
Good question. I haven't seen the tape yet. We had some plans for a player to play on him, that's for sure. And look, I don't know what he had clearance-wise. We had 4, I think, in the first quarter, centre clearances, and that's hard because, again, when your opponent's on the other side of the circle, if it gets, if you win 18-1 to hit-outs...
And you missed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to make it a bit tougher, but yeah, I mean, he obviously was outstanding. He's been in outstanding form. But after that quarter time, I think the boys in general then rounded him up as best we could, and he still got a lot of the ball, but it wasn't as damaging as the first quarter. His ball was more sideways rather than punching forward.
Did you give him a spray at quarter time, Lou?
No, I don't think that was going to help. Again, our ability to hunt them certainly wasn't there, and there's a few structural things that I don't think we did that well. We addressed that at quarter time, and that led us into the next period of the game where we got some score back on the board, and we outscored them the 24 points, 14 points, and 10 points. So that was more encouraging, but it was more around the structure more so than I think the effort was. I thought the effort was good.
So a certain number of set shots they had in the first quarter in particular.
Who, us or them?
Yeah, I think they had probably 7 from Mark.
Well, no, not right. I think inside 50s. I only got to three-quarter time here, but they were batting at sort of just under 50%. We were just over 50%. So we just, but 30 inside 50s versus 43, it probably says you're on the wrong end of it. So, yeah, I thought, Joel Tippett in his first game was, he fought on when he was in the contest, but at this level sometimes he couldn't get to the contest because of the speed of ball movement and the speed of his opponent. But when he was in the contest, he was fine. And obviously Kurt was keen to do well if he had his opportunity on his brother, and obviously to do well against Boku, I thought was very good against him last time. And so, yeah, he was certainly hard to handle at times.
Louis, Carmichael started up on the wing, and I thought he impacted. Like he got that hands to Gaz for the goal and cracked in, and then Van Berlo ran out of 1 stoppage, and it was like you lost faith in him and put him straight back to defence. Is that what happened, or?
No, mate. He was actually as a defender playing up on the wing. So His man was a half forward, so yeah. And Van Berlo, I think, was going after Gaz.
Nathan, first quarter and a half, 2 quarters, gave him a target.
Yeah, had some strong hands, and probably the most impressive thing from Nathan's point of view, the way I saw it was, I think if he had, I don't know how many tackles he had for the game, but I reckon I saw 2 in the back 50, and that was the most pleasing thing. And as I said, again, when the inside 50 count's a bit lopsided, it's a bit hard sometimes for our tall forwards down there. We understand that, but I thought his work rate defensively was by far better than I've even seen it at the reserves level, so that was encouraging. Yeah, well, obviously it's wait for the dust to settle, but I was certainly encouraged by his effort, that's for sure.
It looked a little bit like he was taking you too literally, and at times he was getting on the defensive side of the ball in the forward 50 to trap it when he probably could have been going deep to present.
Yeah, I certainly did notice that. I mean, he's a very smart kid, Nathan, and he knows the game well. I mean, he's played in obviously a premiership, as we all know. But I wasn't studying him closely, and that may have been an issue. But as I said, I thought his effort, his intensity when he didn't have the ball was good. I think the other stuff will come when he feels more comfortable. And a bit like Joel down the other end and Tom Hickey in the ruck, it's very hard, as we all know, in the first game. The ball moves fairly quickly. I know Nath played before, but it's his first game in amongst our boys for the first time, so I'm sure he would have found it difficult.
Will you ask yourself a little bit to pick him next week so you're sure where he's at? he doesn't play for the rest of the season, we have to make a decision next future.
Yeah, I mean, all those three. Well, when I say all those three boys, I think Joel's out of contract, but yeah, so where we can, we love to give those boys an opportunity and see how they go. As I said, Joel was good in the contest, but he's had enough. Will he learn in a week's time, or even on the training track? The more contests he gets to, he's going to be okay. That's hard to judge, but yeah, we'll have a look at that throughout the course of the week, and Nath will be no different.
Just on Scott Thompson, what makes him so hard to stop?
Oh, I think any good player. I mean, it's like Gary. I mean, I'm sure they found Gaz hard to stop too, and it's just their ability to work and spread. Having an understanding, he's an experienced player. I mean, one, he's very strong. Two, because of the amount of games they play, they understand where, probably on probability, they know where the ball's going to go. And as I said, I've seen Gaz do that a lot for us this year, and obviously Thompson's no different for Adelaide, but Judd's no different at Carlton. You go through them all. It's their work rate, their strength, and obviously their nous of where to find the footy.
Do you think, from an outside SA point of view, that he gets enough recognition nationally, Scott Thompson?
Well, he's certainly been in some good form, but yeah, I think he's certainly had a great year for Adelaide, that's for sure. And he sets a very high standard. I mean, he's obviously, looking at him from afar, yes, he's very much a professional, but he was too hot to handle early on for us, that's for sure.
Well, you're looking forward to actually playing in the G. It's almost a bit of a treat for you guys. I mean, they get to play there once a year, and you finally get to go there. It might actually be exciting for some of the younger kids and boys like Kay.
Oh, it will be, and as I said, they shouldn't, want to say spoil it, but they shouldn't waste the opportunity, because interstate clubs have been at West Coast where we'd have our mandatory one game a year there, and but then you become competitive and you start playing in finals, you probably even get less than one if you can do that in the course of a season. So yeah, it's a great opportunity, and that's where the best games and best players are played. It's in September. We're not going to have that opportunity, of course, in September, but here's a dress rehearsal. So, as I said, prepare yourself and get ready for the MCG, and obviously our opposition is Melbourne, and I'm sure they want to do well for their supporters and members and faithful supporters. So we know we're in for a fight, as we always are, but as I said, it's an opportunity to play on the MCG, and we can't give it up, that's for sure.